My name is Neville, and today I'll be filling in for Bear Gryllis. I'm going to show you what it takes to survive in one of the toughest cities in the world. We're on the outskirts of Witbank, and I'm going to show you just what you need to do to survive in this treacherous terrain. Come on, let's go. They say Witbank is one of the safest places to live in the world because you can see what you're breathing in. Now, I'm no expert on gases and emissions, but I'm pretty sure if you can see it, it's not safe to be breathing. So as soon as you can and as often as you can, get some clean air into your lungs. You'll need it for the journey ahead. Now, you could just use a jacket or something to cover your mouth. I've got the snood. Just put it over my mouth like that, and it acts as a filter, and then that should keep me going for a little while before I have to stop again and catch my breath. Let's do this. Now, in many ways, Witbank is kind of like the wild. Have you ever seen a trail of ants and then you put a stick or something in their way and they get so like panicked because they don't know where to go? Now behind me you'll see a traffic circle. Now these are much like those trails of ants that you see in the wild. Just throw one of these in the middle of Witbank, no one knows what to do. Do they stop? Do they go? It's definitely a big mystery. Okay, so we're probably not going to have to drive very long before we come across one of Witbank's indigenous animals, otherwise known as a taxi. Now the key to surviving Witbank when it comes to the taxis is to think ahead. It's kind of like you have to think for them. So when they do cut in front of you or suddenly brake and stop to pick up passengers, don't get annoyed. Just kind of expect that to happen. And the sooner you get to grips with that, the more pleasant your driving experience will be. Okay, so I've just noticed a taxi coming up over the horizon there. You'll see there it comes. Let's see if it does anything strange. Looks like that's one of the more tamer ones I've seen. What I want to do is slow down to practically a stop. Just make sure there's no one coming from the red lights, and then you can go. That's where you know you're completely safe. The last thing you want is to just go over the green robot and have a car wipe you out. One of the keys to survival is hydration. Your body can go longer without food than it can without water. So it's key to make sure that you stay hydrated. In a city like Witbank, water is readily available in taps like this, but you don't really want to drink what's going to come out of there. So we're going to have to find an alternative source of water. Let's do this. So Witbank is known for a lot of things, and the one thing it's most known for, I knew you wouldn't have to walk very long to find. It's a pothole. When it comes to survival situation, these can be very handy. What happens when it rains, it acts as a catchment area. You can just come here and scoop up some water. They can be a nightmare though when you're driving and the rain's just kind of at the same level of the road. You come screaming up here, bang, tire's gone. And when you're walking, you don't want to fall into one of these. You might not come back. As you can see, there's no rain around, so if I don't come across some water soon, I'm going to have to turn to drastic measures. I guess we've got to keep moving. So just come across another great source of hydration. But as you can see, there's just thorns everywhere. This is going to be far too much effort to get the water out of that. That drastic measure that I was talking about earlier, I guess I'm just going to have to turn to that. Tastes exactly like the water from the taps. It's just one of the other reasons you need to be super careful when you're driving in Witbank. So many of the stop streets are just broken. Right, so I just got back from buying a lucky packet. The way these Witbank drivers drive, you'd swear that this is where they found their license. So I thought we'd take a chance and see what we could find. What do you know? Looks nothing like me, but whoever checks, right? So I've shown you how to survive in Witbank, but the truth is it really can be tough living in a town like this sometimes. With all the negative stuff going on around you, it's hard to stay focused on the good stuff in life. So if I had to tell you what my ultimate survival tool is when it comes to living in Witbank, it's definitely this. Surviving Witbank is an adventure, but nothing compared to the adventure of doing life with God.